Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually my first YouTube video and I will be sharing my knowledge here with everyone willing to learn. In this beginner friendly tutorial, I would show you exactly how to cut, gathers, rather pleats, and sew a stunning Ankara layer skirt step by step. So whether you are just starting your sewing journey or you're looking to improve your skill, this tutorial will help you achieve a neat, professional finish. Watch till the end and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more fashion tutorials from Couture by Blueprint. So here we are cutting out the exact skirt fabric we're going to be using, and this is the material that we're going to be layering the Ankara on top. So I took 60 inches, and that is including my hip measurement in additional 20 inches. So if you're a hip 40, you're just going to add 20 inches. If you're a hip 38, you're going to add 20 inches. If you're a hip 30, you're going to add 20 inches. So this is 60 inches, and I have taken my skirt length, which is 30 inches, and I am just going to take out what is left. So this is 30 inches here, and don't forget that the last layer will make up for the total length of the skirt. And so I would be dividing whatever is left here by 7 actually, because it's 7 layers, and whatever it gives me divided by 7 I'm going to mark, and so that's what I'm marking. I got 4.5 inches, so I'm going to be marking 4.5 inches to 7 places. So whatever is left is just going to be what I'm going to weave and allow to be the down of the skirt. So we will go by marking 4.5 inches and then using the ruler to extend the lines straight, and these lines are the lines where we're going to be pleating the fabrics on layer by layer. So you would mark 4.5 inch straight like this that I'm doing it, and you mark it down to how many lines that you have. Don't forget that we're using 7 inches, and so you mark 7 inches down to the length of the skirt. So this is our 4.5 inches into 7 places. And so while we are done marking these 7 lines, we're going to, I'm counting to see that it is 7, and so yes, it's 7. So I would flip it over to the other side and mark for the lines. Don't forget, we are supposed to mark the lines all throughout the skirt because the pleating is all throughout the lines. So we're just turning and drawing again the exact same line on the other side. Don't forget, if I open it wide on the table, you might not be able to see the complete fabric, so that's why I'm doing it like so. So mark the same line repeatedly again, 4.5 inches 7 times. Don't forget, this skirt has to be straight and equal, so that's why I'm using a ruler to mark. And I'm marking these lines because I said this video is beginner friendly. I'm just telling you how you do it and get perfect lines for the skirt. And so now that we're done measuring the lines 4.5 again, we're going to turn it and then mark on the other side so that we will be even on how many lines and how straight we want it to be. So we will go over it again. Now you would mark like this. Don't forget that if you don't mark these lines all straight throughout, your pleats will be bent and it will affect the outcome of the skirt, and I know you do not want that for the skirt. So you just go again like so, and you mark the lines straight again 7 times. Do that 7 times for the entire sides of the skirt. And so this is like the third line, and then 4 lines to go, and we're done marking the lines. And remember, these 7 layers, you can do as much as you want. You can do 10 layers if that's what you want. So you'll be dividing whatever you get, your skirt length divided by 10. But if you want to do like a shorter version, you're going to use the skirt length that you want and divide whatever you get by the amount of layers that you want. So now we're done marking for the lines, and we're going to, let me open it up so you see the outcome. So this is the outcome we've marked, and all these lines are the lines where we're going to pleat the fabrics. That's the layered fabric. And so I'm just cutting out for excess and make sure that the both sides are very straight. And so that's what I'm doing. And now that I have gotten the basic body of the skirt. And so this is the entire part for the skirt. And so we will just pack and then get our Ankara ready to cut. And then I'm bringing out the fabrics that I'm going to be using. So these are the Ankara that I will be using, and I would cut them into layers. We used 4.5 to mark the skirt, so we would have to cut at least 6.5, including the folding, so that each of the layers of the skirts will not be showing the lining underneath it. So it has to be a bit longer to get exactly what you want. And so this will just be me layering them, cutting them, making sure that I'm using 6.5 all through all the fabrics that I'm going to use. Now that I'm done cutting all the layers of the Ankara, I will just go straight to weaving them. You have to weave all the sides of the Ankara. You have to weave all the sides for you to have a neat finishing. Don't forget, you are cutting to sew like a professional. And yes, this video will help you achieve that. So you're going to weave all the sides of the fabric. Make sure you get a neat finishing. And if you do not have a weaving machine at home, please, you can always cut and take to the market to weave, or maybe the nearby store around you to weave. But first, you have to weave it before you sew this, so that you get a neat and perfect finishing. And so we will be weaving all the layers of the skirts. And don't forget, when we are done weaving, we're going to fold. This one has folding already because I had used this fabric previously for this layered skirt. So I'm just using the leftover to do a tutorial video for you to learn how to cut a layered skirt. So you're just going to weave all the sides of the fabric the way I'm weaving it, just like this. And so we're weaving all the 7 layers side by side. And I think this weaving, yes, you have to use, maybe you can use black or you can use white, it depends. But I'm actually going to sell this skirt, so I have to come correct with what I'm doing. And so now that we're weaving, while we're still weaving, let me just tell you, this skirt is up for sale. If you want to buy it, you can just send me a message on my TikTok account, Couture by Blueprint, or on my Instagram account, Couture by Blueprint. I'll make sure to put it up so that you can find it. Just send me a DM and you can buy it. So back to the video, we're going to weave, and then when we're done weaving, we will just go straight into like pleating the fabrics. And so I think I did a very long video like weaving everything, so just bear with me. And so now that I am done, I forgot to video the first layer. And so the first layer is just going to be in the beginning of the fabric, and then it's going to be facing the beginning of the fabric, but the subsequent layers are going to be facing downwards, so that when you flip them, the sewing does not show externally. And so we just pleat. Make sure if I wanted to do a gathers, it will be hard for beginners, because I think that gathers is usually rather is hard to do, or like maybe when you're drawing it's going to cut. And then usually I will not ask a beginner to do a gathers for this skirt. So a pleat is rather friendly. So you just, and then for this layered skirt, I think I used 4 yards, the length of 4 yards by 6.5 inches. So that's what we are using, because I think if you use anything lesser than 4 yards, you are going to make you're not going to get a full effect like this, and your skirt might end up not coming out just like this. So we just pleat like so, layer to layer, and then just make sure that you get an even pleat. When you notch or like make a mark at the center and for the sides of the fabric, I think you're going to get an even pleat while you're doing this. So you just pleat it the way that I'm pleating it, and you're going to get an equal pleat, an even layer. Don't forget, we're sewing on all the lines that we marked layer by layer. That's how you get an even finish for this skirt. So if you like a pleat, you can do a pleat if you know how to do a pleat. But I think you can do a gather, you can do a gather if you like and prefer a gather. But I think a pleat is beginner friendly. It's something you'll be able to achieve. And pleating is not so easy like that. I'm doing it like this because I'm a pro at pleating fabrics. So if you're a beginner, it's going to take more time for you, but I promise you get it if you try. So just pleat small even size pleats round the fabric. You're going to get the exact same size for all the layers of the skirt. And so if you have pleated and you have gotten to this point, oh, congratulations, you are making a very beautiful skirt. I know it's hard. I'm saying it like this because I have been doing this many times, but I know that is just a beginner, is going to be hard for you. So well done. This is me encouraging you. Go to the finish line, do it. I would love to see an image of the skirt that you've made if this video helped you to make your skirt. So this is the last layer. We're just pleating the last layer of the skirt, and we are going to have a beautiful skirt. If you can recall what I was pleating, this is a very beautiful, different colored, same fabric layered skirt. And this is intentional because this is one of the dresses I'm selling at my store. I do a ready to wear like Kutop brand, so this is one of the skirts I'm going to be selling at my store. So I came correct with all the fabrics, clean, pretty, and exact same, but different colors, because I hope to achieve this. So you're going to cut band for your skirt. I'm using a 2-inch band, so I'm cutting the fabric into 5-inch. So when I fold it and use 1/2 inch to sew, my elastic can just pass through it, and then we just tape it round and you get a perfect waist. For the band, we're just going to put it at the tip of the skirt. That's the first, where we added the first layer to the lining. So that's where we're going to be putting this band. And once you are done putting this band, you can just fold the edges of the skirt. That's the end layer where you weaved for the skirt. You're just going to sew the ends of it for all the layers of the skirt neatly. That's how you get a neat finishing for this skirt. So perfect. So this is me folding all the layers of the skirt small by small, and you just have to take just 1/2 inch to fold it. You're going to just fold it 1/2 inch, just 1/2 inch. So you do it like so that I'm doing it, so that you get the exact same result. And while you're at it, make sure that no one is longer than each other. So just make sure you have a perfect same size hemming so that it comes out well. I think this is almost the last layer for this skirt, and we're almost done. I know that you have noticed that this video became darker and what I'm wearing changed. Yes, it was because the solar died earlier and I had to wait for it to charge. This is me rounding this video up later in the night, and I know that you can still see what I'm doing, so I hope you just manage it. So while we're trying to fold, no, that is not the last layer. So while we're trying to fold all the layers of the skirt, you can tell me in the comment section what you want me to do next. Perhaps maybe if you want me to cut and show you how to cut and sew a collar for a shirt, or maybe fix an elastic puff sleeve, or maybe fix an elastic band for a trouser, or you want me to show you how to cut a baggy pants, maybe an Ankara baggy pants, or maybe a bubble Ankara pants, whatever it is you want me to help you cut, teach you how to cut, just tell me in the comment section, and that will be our next video. So now we're almost done with folding the down of the skirts, and once we're done folding the down of the skirts, we're just going to sew the edges of the skirts together. Meanwhile, I had to loosen out a bit of the edges so that I can join the Ankara separately and join the lining together. So I have done that. I have joined the lining together, and this is just me closing the tip of the Ankara together, so that I will just split it again so that it goes round and it's easy. You do not know where the joint is. So this is me just trying to sew the back side of the skirt so that I just split it. Make sure to cut out all the excess threads, everything flying around in the skirt. This is what gives you a professional finish. So once you are done sewing, you cut out all the ropes from the skirt. For me, when I'm done cutting, I use lighter to just give it a clean finish. So I think a lighter will give you a very clean finish. I do not know what you use, but if you can use a scissors to cut it well, you can cut it well. So I will just get elastic, and I'm going to use a safety pin to put it. So this elastic is 28 inches. I use 28 inches because the waist size I'm using for this skirt is a 33, and so I'm using 28 inches so that you get a perfect waist, not tight, not loose, just perfect. So I'm going to just use the safety pin to fix it in the band. And so with that, once you're done fixing, you can just close the elastic and then close the ends of the elastic. This is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fashion tutorials. Bye.